Well, welcome back to Something Like a Podcast, episode 22.
Episode 22.
I'm Alan Swarm.
And I am RM. We wanted to, today is the trade deadline.
Yes,
and
it is in the NBA.
Yes. I thought the trade deadline was like later down.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but I saw all these trades and then I said, you know what, let me look up and see when the trade deadline is, and it is today.
Yep.
And there's no real blockbuster trades, but they have until 12 o'clock today.
I believe so. Yeah, baseball after 5 p.m. it's done.
Oh, really?
It depends on what sport that we're talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I think NBA, they have the entire day to do it. But there weren't any big blockbuster trades, but there were some interesting ones.
Yep.
Now, the one that you were just telling me.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell goes from Golden State to Minnesota, and they get back a first-round pick, a second-round pick, a couple prospects, and Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah. They just they kind of stole all that stuff from, because the Timberwolves are terrible. So they're going to have a good pick next year, and the Warriors get it.
Yeah.
So
whoever the GM is, if I'm the owner, I'm like, you're fired.
Yeah, because that was not.
That was stupid.
Yeah, because
I can see why you want to trade Wiggins. At the same time, you don't put a first-round pick in there.
So here's the question, though: how many years does D'Angelo Russell have left on his contract?
He just sounds like a 3 or 4 year deal.
So they got that. So the only thing I could think of is maybe they wanted to.
Because they know each other. Karl Anthony Towns and
D'Lo know each other.
They're on each other's top, so.
Okay, we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if it was like, okay, they knew he only had a year left on his contract, so let's take him and then just let him go. Then we have all this cap space, and we can bring in whoever we want.
But I think that was dumb. I think Wiggins, but what I found out is I was talking to a co-worker today, and he was saying like maybe because Wiggins wasn't doing good in that system, maybe because the system in Golden State could be better for Wiggins.
Or the Timberwolves.
No.
Wiggins, my fault. I'm thinking of D'Lo.
Yeah.
You know what? That kind of does make sense, but Wiggins has never reached his full potential
but he's going to. I think he's going to in Golden State. I think he's going to.
So
I think Timberwolves going to be eating this trade for at least.
Because they suck this year. So they were going to get a top pick, 5-10 pick.
They're
and
not
now the Warriors are going to.
They're going to have two top first-round picks. They're stacking.
Wow.
They're stacking.
Yeah.
Because they got their own, and now the Timberwolves.
So this is, I don't even want to call it
2021.
Yeah,
this is 2020.
Yeah,
the Timberwolves will have the 2020 pick. They just don't have the 2024.
So next year.
Yeah.
But that's even
worse.
Yeah, because now you're giving them a year to play with Wiggins to get him in the system, and then waiting in the wings, they have a first round pick.
If you struggle next year,
they're going to.
But things like win the draft lottery, because it's not about. It should be about your record. The team should be rewarded like the NFL.
Okay.
I like that. I like the way the NFL do that, because this year I know we're not trying to jump around, but my Carolina Panthers, we have the 7th overall pick in this year's draft because of our record sucked. I think the NBA should adapt that. I don't like the lottery shit because of these teams that suck. Sometimes
they can fake it. We talked about it before with the Knicks and the cold card, and they got Patrick Ewing. And the Lakers, even though I'm a Lakers fan, we shouldn't have had. Well, we had the 3rd overall pick or something, and we weren't that bad. I mean, we didn't make the playoffs, but we weren't that bad to get the 3rd overall pick.
That's shit, because you got other teams that had worse record than what the Lakers had, so somebody else should have been in that 3rd pick.
Yeah.
I forget who you guys got with that pick.
Yeah, we traded it away for Anthony Davis. That was part of it. Yeah,
that's part of the deal.
So, the Pelicans got a good, I don't know if a good pick, because we're good this year. So, the number 1 pick might not be that great, but still, it's a pick.
Yeah.
Other trades, Andre Drummond went to the Cavaliers.
That bugged me right there. Why Cavaliers? You still got Kevin Love's contract that you're eating, so why make that deal? Because you're not signing Drummond. Like, what was your...
I don't know.
What was the GM thinking? Oh, let me get the best rebound on score in the game. He's only like 25, 26.
Yeah, he's young.
And you're not going to be able to sign him long term, because unless he sees a vision there with Garland and Sexton. Those two guys, I like them. I think they're the face.
But is it enough to keep them? I don't think so.
I think they're gonna know that's gonna be eating that trade.
Yeah, because so how much longer does he have on his contract?
This year. He can go wherever
he wants.
He's the FDA after this.
Yeah, He's not staying in Cleveland.
He's going to go to. Probably, I can see him going to. I'm not sure if he's.
Why not go to Dallas?
I was about to say that.
That's not bad.
No, Porzingis and Doncic. I think Doncic's out with an injury.
Oh, he is.
I'll be honest. I haven't followed sports.
See, but that's the thing. That'll be hard because he's going to give you rebounding, no doubt.
He is, but he can score though.
He can score, but I don't know if he'll clog up the paint because that's why they got. Okay, here's another interesting thing with Clint Capella. They traded Clint Capella to the Hawks because D'Antoni has. Yeah, so D'Antoni apparently has this idea where he wants to go back to the Phoenix Suns running gun. So they don't really even have a true center now. PJ Tucker is supposed to play center. PJ Tucker's like, what, 6'7"?
He's a power forward.
Yeah. But see...
Or a small forward.
Yeah. So I guess they're trying to do this Golden State thing when, what's his name? Draymond Green was like the tallest player on the court. He just wants to run you up and down. So they got Covington, which is a good defender, and he can shoot the ball pretty well. But I don't know if Andre Drummond would really fit with the Mavericks now that I'm thinking about it.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. But see, this is...
No, I think he could go to Chicago. I can see jumping to Chicago because especially if Anthony Davis goes there, you got Anthony Davis and Andre Drummond on the
That'd
same.
be tough.
That'll be a tough.
Yeah.
Especially if they keep Zach LaVine with that. Oh my God, you got a three-headed monster. Because even though that Drummond might not be a superstar, people consider he is. He's really not. He's more of a role player type thing where he can give Anthony Davis protection. Same with Zach LaVine. And you got two guys there that can go off anytime. You definitely got like Zach LaVine can go off for like 50 points.
Exactly. But see, we're seeing the death of the big man in the NBA. So you only have like 4 or 5 out of all the teams. You only have like 4 or 5 good big men. Now the big men of today, they're like Giannis. They can handle the ball. You know, you don't have to have. You really don't even have to run plays for Giannis. You can just give him the ball and let him try to take it to the rack. The days are gone where you're posting up your center, you're feeding your center, and you let your center do post moves. They don't do that anymore.
Nope.
So I don't know what's going to happen with Drummond.
You do alley-oops now with your centers.
Yeah. So you go in, you don't have anything, you throw the ball up, and then like Clint Capella, he's kind of like the center I guess most people will want now. Yeah. So you don't have to depend on him. Anthony Davis is the same, but Anthony Davis can get his own points.
Yeah, but Anthony Davis ain't staying in
He's not. He's a face-up. And Drummond, I don't think he can shoot like that. He's kind of just on the block. Yeah, pretty much.
But Davis is not staying in LA, so you guys give up so much and he's not staying.
Yeah.
I don't think he's staying because he should sign a contract extension by now. I would. If he's going to stay with the team, I would be like, hey, if you guys want to keep me out, I don't want to go on free agency. I want to sign now.
Yeah, I heard some things about the numbers, and I don't know how true it is. Like, if he waits, he might get more, like the max Superman. I don't know. But all I know is...
He's worth it, but...
He is, but all I know is why leave LA? LeBron's about to be going. That's going to be your team. There's no bigger market in the NBA than the Lakers. So why go to Chicago? I understand that's his hometown, right?
It is, but the thing is, the Chicago's is almost ready to win now. They're just missing a couple more pieces. Honestly, the Lakers is... Guys, I'll be honest with you, guys are older. You guys can get younger. You guys are going to have some hard times coming up in the next 2 or 3 seasons after LeBron's gone. So, they're in the rebuilding stage. He wants to win now. The Chicago Bulls is almost there. They're just missing a couple of pieces. They're young. They got, like I said, that kid. Wendell Carter Jr., he could be some. You got Zach LaVine, that's only 23, 24, still freaking young and talented. They got all that young core right there. Just imagine if you added a 27-year-old Anthony Davis and 25-year-old, 26-year-old Drummond. Maybe you go out, maybe get like role players around that, maybe like a Rondo from Lakers.
Rondo's on his way out. And that's kind of going to my point. For some reason, for the last few years, LeBron... I don't know if he has a lot of say on who joins the team, but he seems to get these players who are like old and they're on their way out. Basically. You got Dwight Howard. He's old. You've got
Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley, Rondo. McGee's not getting any younger. Nope. And they were... I know we're not going to trade Kuzma. Let's cross my fingers we don't trade Kuzma. But we need to keep as many young players as we can because, to your point, once LeBron is gone, in 2 or 3 years, that means those other players are going to be just as old. And then Anthony Davis It would be smart for him to go to a team that has a young core that's promising versus
that's what I'm saying.
You don't know what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. I would. If I was Anthony Davis, I'm not staying in LA after this year. I'm leaving to go to either Chicago or somewhere that maybe Dallas with a young team. But since Porzingis is there, you want to move Porzingis probably to the 4 because he's on the 5.
He might be.
He's on the 5. So you want to move him? Well, I think Davis likes the 4. I don't think he likes the 5.
He doesn't like the 5. No, he does like the 4.
So he'll be on the 4. You move Porzingis. Imagine that team with Anthony Davis, Lukas Doncic, and Porzingis.
Yeah. There were some other trades. Andre Iguodala is now with the Miami Heat.
He is. I didn't see that.
Yeah. You know what?
What did they get in that? Do you know the details? What the Grizzlies got?
I think it was a multi-team trade. The Grizzlies got who did they get? I forget who the Grizzlies got, but I do know that they actually got Jay Crowder too. So Miami is stacked up, and Pat Riley came out and said, in so many words, and I think people were putting words in his mouth like, "This is the year. We're not waiting for next year."
It's not the year. They're just too young.
They're too young.
They don't have enough experience. I like that Kendrick Nunn. I like that Nunn kid.
And the center too.
Yeah, Oh, I know you're talking about. So I can't even pronounce those.
Yeah, but he's an all-star. So, and then you've got your boy, Hero, right?
Yeah, I like Tyler Hero.
And they gave up Dion Waiters, which I kind of seen that coming.
Yeah, because for one, you passed out on the plane after you got high using chewable marijuana. Come on now, dude.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
He's not that talented, anyways. He was a high draft pick, but
he never reached his potential.
No.
But he was getting pretty good. But when Jimmy Butler came, he kind of just made it his team. And ultimately, you got to play the back. Jimmy Butler's a lot better than you are. So
exactly.
And then you're doing this off the wall stuff. So but I don't know if there was any other trades. Oh, so one of the Morris twins went to the Clippers.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Oh my God, that's stacked. Because the Morris, one of the Markieff, I think his name is.
From Detroit.
You add that kid with the already stacked bench you got. Oh my God, the Clippers going all in this year.
They're tough.
They're gonna be tough. They got a strong bench. That's what I'm saying. I'm being honest with you. I'm sorry.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Your Lakers ain't going nowhere this year. You guys have to beat the Clippers. You guys ain't gonna do it. They got better on the trade deadline today with adding Morris and probably a few more pieces. They're stacked on the bench.
They are, and I'm gonna even go a step further.
Yes,
but I'm gonna go a step further. I haven't been watching basketball that much myself.
I haven't.
But from what I've been seeing, the Lakers don't look solid. They almost look like sometimes they have to come back at the final seconds to win the game.
You can't keep doing that if you want to be a championship team.
Yeah, when you go against a good coach, they're going to close the lid. There's no coming back. They're going to make sure if they build a nice lead, they're going to do whatever they can.
Coming back.
So, and we're losing to teams we lost to the Blazers without Carmelo Anthony. And Dame Lillard went off. I mean, he went bananas.
He's always going to go off.
Yeah.
But I don't think that we talked about money versus loyalty. I think he's just too freaking loyal.
Yeah.
I think he's not
got to do the
ring.
recruiting. He's going to have to do the recruiting. And I don't know if there's that's what I'm saying. He's going to have to wait for somebody.
Because you got some young core there with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
Anthony Gordell.
See, that's the beauty about being a free agent and having...
You can make a choice.
Yeah, and teams will do almost anything to get you. It's different if Dion Waiters was a free agent. No, you're going to have to go where people will accept you. But if you're Anthony Davis, any one of those teams in the NBA
is going to take you. Is going to call that agent up and be like, yo, what does your client want?
Right.
He wants $300 million. Hell yeah. Okay. I let Dion Waiters.
Well, maybe not.
I want $350 million.
Maybe
Bitch,
not.
Are you crazy?
Maybe not the Hornets though, because
that's how MJ looks at it. Like, bitch, are you crazy? He
that's
one
what
of
I'm
those
saying.
Looks.
Maybe not the Hornets, but any other team.
They'll never go nowhere. I'm telling you. As long as he's running the team, they ain't going nowhere. Be honest with you, if I was running an NBA team, excuse me, or an actual professional team, hell yeah, I'm spending money to put a great product on the floor. Like right now, I know we jumping around, but baseball, Phillies, come on now. We did dog shit this offseason. We got one of the best bats in the game in Bryce Harper, and you yet to put him around, with something. You made some good signings here and there, but John Middleton, the owner, is such a bitch. Because the thing is, he doesn't want to go over the luxury tax. Screw that. You give out $330 million. Bryce Harper took a pay cut. He was offered like more money in LA for like almost $400 million.
All right.
And he took less to come to Philly, and he's from Nevada. That's right there, right next to California. So he took less money to come across country to Philly to try to win a championship, and you're yet to bring him with something. So that's my point. That goes with what we're talking about. So it's like if you want to build a championship team, you gotta splurge. You gotta splurge. Like with MJ, if you want to win a championship team, you gotta spend money to put product on the floor, and to.
Yeah, I think MJ's trying to pick out of the value bin right now. Like he's just like, like where you work the clearance bin, like he's just trying to get players off of there, because we just talked about this before. There are no prospects on Charlotte at all.
I think PJ Washington could be turned into.
Okay.
It depends on.
And then we didn't hear anything about them trying to do any trades. No, like we've heard rumors like this team might, but it never happened. I didn't hear anything about Charlotte.
They didn't trade nothing. I don't think.
I don't even think they were trying to trade anything. It's like we've got this team. All right, now what?
We're just gonna get the first round pick again, the high one at that.
And they'll probably
botch that one too. You probably I don't like Melo Ball. I think he's ass. I like that Cole Anthony kid.
Okay. I haven't been too much on the prospects coming out, but LiAngelo, I think that's the one. Yeah, or whatever which one it is.
I think he's ass. I think you're so overhyped little bitch.
I don't know. But to be honest with you, it's got to be something behind it, because his brother was going to come into the league, and they were honest, like, no, you're not talented enough. So if they can see talent in him, it might be something. But we've heard it before where they have talent and it doesn't pan out. But I think that was it. I didn't remember any more trades that were going on. But I did want to talk about, and I really don't want to keep harping on this Kobe Bryant thing. Let the man rest in peace. But there have been people who have been saying some pretty off-the-wall stuff and stuff that you don't have to say. Now, if the person is passed away, just let them live in peace. You don't have to bring up their past. And so this is the thing. Lisa Leslie. You know Lisa Leslie, right?
It rings a bell.
She's this is more back in my time, but when the WNBA first started, she was like one of the biggest stars. She's this like star women's basketball player. So there was a reporter, I'm not going to name her name, who was talking to her, and she brought up some old stuff about Kobe, and like, why would you bring that up? And then I think she even said that, because it's multiple people doing it. I think she even said, like, he was here. Why didn't you ask him when he was here? Why didn't you talk about this when he was here? Why are you going to wait for him to pass away to bring up this old stuff? But that brings me into the conversation of, this happens a lot with celebrities. It happens an awful lot. The celebrities die, and then they don't even get a chance to have a proper burial, and people are just bringing up their past, or lying on them, so I don't understand that. What type of person does that? So Whitney Houston passed away right before the Grammys. I forget what year it was. And a couple years ago, people that don't know, Whitney Houston had a drug problem.
When she met that boyfriend of hers.
Yeah, Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
But in her death, Kanye West, this was a few years later, but Kanye West took a picture of the hotel room I think she died in, with like this messy looking bathroom counter, and used it for one of his artists' album covers. Well, why would you do that?
What was the point of that?
Yeah, well, I don't understand.
How's it go with the album that you just dropped?
I don't know, but see, the rapper, he's a glorified drug dealer, but I don't know why you would even take it to that level. There's so many other things you could do.
There could be a conspiracy there. They said that she drowned. Maybe the boyfriend killed her, but they just have no evidence to prove that.
It's more than that.
It's more than that.
So, and that's why off the air I told you I didn't want to touch it, because there's something about celebrities dying around the Grammys. So when this happened, I forgot it was the Grammys when Kobe passed away, but then I saw it, and then when I looked deeper into it, there were a lot of interesting things going on in the Grammys. So when you talk about these secret societies and the hand signals, and remember the video we did where we showed all that stuff, then why am I seeing this in the Grammys? Why are they throwing up these signs there?
Because it's all staged. I think it's just. I think people that run the Grammys are the people that doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. But
no doubt. We all guys. We might as well just say it right now, because rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. But yeah, on nationality, Kobe Bryant was murdered.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't make sense. And what I saw and what I was sent by you and what you was hearing and what this guy was saying in his opinion, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kobe was murdered for what we don't know why. We
don't know why
for sure.
Yeah, but see, there's a lot of things that even after the link I sent you, there were some other things that I looked up. And there's a lot to do with, I don't know if this video, did it say something about the sacrifice and the number 13
number
and all
13,
that?
number 3, number 3s.
Yeah. And it was something else. I don't know if it was in this video, but in the Grammys. I think they said throughout the whole show, they never had a graphic up on the screen. But at one point at the show, they said 18 minutes until the next artist coming out. So someone was doing their research. He was like, okay, you never did this during the rest of the show, why now? And then why pick 18 minutes? Because 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18.
More with the Squad of the Beast, like, what the hell?
Because you know who's running this stuff.
We know California's running by the devil. Yeah. We all know that.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to go out there, to 100% be honest with you, because that's just not my forte.
Yeah. But again,
I know TwitchCon's out there, but still, that's probably another thing run by the Mark of the Beast. Still, I don't doubt it.
It could be.
I don't doubt, because it's in California, for crying out loud.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't really want to get into much of that.
But just know that there are entities out there that control everything. I mean, the stuff you watch, if they need somebody gone, they can orchestrate work, whatever, to get them out of here. But okay, this is what I wanted to touch on though. So why is it that there's certain entertainers that when they pass away, they bring up their past, things that they've done that weren't that great? Nobody on this world is perfect. So who are you to be bringing up somebody's past?
You're not supposed to.
Okay. But Jeffrey Epstein, when Jeffrey Epstein passed away, not too many people were talking about what he did to get into jail. Most people were talking about how he was murdered too. It wasn't a suicide. So you have one person who passes away and you bring up their past from 10 years ago, or you're bringing up someone's drug addiction and putting it on your album cover. But Jeffrey Epstein, who did, in my opinion, 10 times worse than what they were doing.
But you didn't bring it up.
You're not talking about it. So you're deflecting what he did, and then you're shedding light on he was killed. Yes, that's important to someone who goes to jail and they're awaiting trial or whatever, and you murder him, but then you say it's a suicide. Yes, you should investigate that, but let's not forget he's a piece of shit. That's why he was in there.
Did they ever solve the murder of Jeffrey Epstein?
More and more stuff is coming out, but there's like no suspects. The only one I remember, I forget which episode we talked. It might have been the first or second episode we talked about this. And since then, there was only one suspect, and that's the guy who was actually, I guess, his cellmate.
That's only that. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing about it. They said,
"Hello."
This is the funny thing.
How can the cops not figure that out?
Yeah, because they were probably part of it.
They don't want to figure it out.
But they were talking about blood or something. Like there was blood all over. I don't want to say all over, but there was blood coming from Epstein. But when you look at the, I guess,
look at the evidence
sheet that he hung himself with, there's no blood on it.
No.
So how do you?
Duh.
So that's what I'm saying.
Come on now, people.
So they're sloppy.
For one.
Yeah.
And they left a lot of evidence. You try to say you don't know who did. Maybe they conspiracy. Maybe they know about it. They don't give because he was, like you say, he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't define the means. I get what he did, but at the same time, is the person that murdered him should pay for what he did and what he just did to Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. But see, they have these people who they're literally hitmen. We're gonna send you in here. You have a target. Nothing more than what they do in probably like these militaries and these dark groups where, you know, we have a target.
We're paying you. Stay fucking hidden.
Yep. So you go in here and they might, I mean, if you even look at some of the movies we talked about before, they kind of hide stuff in the movies. So they can plant someone in there, get close to you. They might even go as far. I'm gonna give you an example of something that I heard that MS-13 does. MS-13, for people who don't know, I think they're a Mexican gang.
Okay.
I think they are. And I saw this on one show. It was some A&E show. I was big in A&E back then. They do something called babysitting. So there was a story about this girl who went to jail and started snitching on people. So what they did when she got out, they were really, really nice to her. They were really, really nice to her. It's okay. It's taking her out on, you know, trips and picnics and barbecues. And then one day, they got her. So they gained your trust. Yeah, they killed her. They probably fucking slit her throat and all types of, you know, nasty ass shit. But see, that's what some people will do. They'll gain your trust, get you to, you know, and then when you least expect it, they get you.
Because you're a snitch.
So with Epstein, okay, they thought Epstein was going to tell. Even though maybe he said he wasn't going to or whatever. They're like, you have too much information.
Maybe so you're saying it was somebody else big above him?
Hell yeah. I mean, the names that were coming out that visited Epstein's island where they could do all that sick ass shit, they didn't want that coming out. So
it could have been like big, like you said, that we talked about in the past. That it
politicians.
Big politicians,
yes.
Big movie stars.
All that. And no, we don't want that to get out. So we're going to send this person in there, take care of him.
Yep.
Broke his neck. So that's what I'm saying. We talked about it in like one of our first episodes.
Why the cops ain't trying to unless they're in on it?
They probably got paid off. Yeah. I mean, if you got somebody with all this money who can send somebody in there and say, okay, now the people who are supposed to be watching Epstein, let's pay them off. Go take your break. Or turn the cameras off so you can't see anything. Then the guy can go in, do whatever he has to do, leave.
He's a ghost.
And you don't know. But for some reason, they got a picture of the guy. And like I said, if you see him, yeah, because you don't know if it was him. It could be somebody totally different. This could be to throw our scent off. Like, okay, let's let you think it's this person, but it's somebody else. But yeah,
California, you got a rude awakening.
You said who?
The people that's doing this shit.
It's going to come back on them.
They got a rude freaking awakening.
It's going to come back on them.
These movie stars, these people.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Some of these people. And I've heard this before. Okay, let's use the Cat Williams, Kevin Hart situation. Mm-hmm. When you have someone who's supremely talented, you could have two people who have the same amount of talent. One person is not going to go for this secret society, but then you have another person who will do it. That person who takes it, even though they have the same talent, they'll blow him up. Give you all the movie roles, all the commercials, get your own TV network, stand-up specials. Now you get signed by Nike. And then the other dude, he's getting beat up by a 13-year-old.
Not making much money.
Yeah, not making too much money. I haven't seen him in too many stand-up comedies. Cat Williams.
Yeah, because he didn't do it. They probably went to him.
But you see, with Cat Williams, he was actually on a talk show. He was coming out with a movie. And they were asking him. And he said, one thing I learned is like, don't mess with those people. They'll mess your life up. He said he went up the hornet's nest. He got stung a few times, and he knows not to mess with them because they can do. They're ominous. So I'll talk about Cat Williams. They messed up his. I think he had custody of his kids.
They're lucky that he didn't kill him.
Yeah. They're lucky that he was immortal. I think this is why. Warnings. Go ahead. Yeah, they gave him warnings and maybe like that smack on the hand. Now, if they smacked him on the hand and he kept going, then they were like, okay, now we got to do something else. But they smacked him on the hand. I mean, it was more than smack him on the hand. He was like arrested, like for 1 year, it seemed like every month they were arresting him. Like I said, they took his kids away from him. They ruined his career. They tried to humiliate him. All because what? Because he speaks out. So, I mean, that is the burden that people... And I'll speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for you, but when you speak truth, people are not going to like you.
Nope.
They're gonna.
They like the line and stuff. And
or just. But it's more than that. So let's say you're on a job, and you're speaking some truth about how they fudge numbers. Do you think they're going to give you a promotion?
Nope. Never ever in your life.
But you're not lying, and you're trying to speak truth to power. Like, it's not right. If I'm busting my ass and you're going to fudge my numbers to make it look like I'm not doing shit, then what am I supposed to just sit back and take it?
Yes.
Who tells you that?
No, I'm just saying.
I know, but you're saying, yeah. But then that other guy,
they want you to.
Yeah, but then that other guy who doesn't say anything, but he's going to bring the boss coffee, and he's going to, do this, that, and boss, you need me to do those reports for you? I'll get them right there for you. Oh, they're going to give him everything.
Oh, the person that's having sex with the boss. I'm using that as an example. Having sex with the boss can get everything that they want. We're not going to touch into that.
Yeah, but we know.
We all know that too. They're duking each other in the bathroom.
Jesus Christ.
So yes, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's stuff like that.
And they're throwing you money to keep you quiet. What's that called? Like, that's in itself.
Hush money, blackmail, whatever you want to call it. But it's very interesting that's the world that we live in. And a lot of these celebrities had to go through this. They had to go through maybe a blood sacrifice. Maybe they didn't have too much talent. I remember a rapper, and I'm not going to mention his name. He said something. I'll give you two examples. One, I don't know what the fuck this, excuse my French. I don't know what he was thinking when he did this. There was a kid. He wanted to get into the rap business. He's been watching too many YouTube videos. So he found out that allegedly, if you have someone kill a blood sacrifice, you will get accepted into the music industry. So what does he do? He goes and kills his friend. He shoots his friend in the head, thinking that will get him a rap career. You know what it got him?
Jail time for life. What an asshole. What an idiot.
But that's what I'm talking about.
He's probably still in jail.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's for the rest of his life. And he was real young. He might have been like 20 when this happened. But that's what I'm saying. They watch these videos and they don't use other
common sense.
Yeah, to go along with it. I mean, you have to. Now, there was a rapper. And he was joking. Let's say he was joking because he said it in a joking way. But after it happened, then some events started to take place and you're like, so a rapper, he said, I'll do anything he was already a pretty good, I wouldn't say pretty good rapper, but he already had a decent career. So he said something to the effect like, I'll do anything to get into the Illuminati, blah, blah, blah. So maybe a couple months later, his rap friend dies. And the next thing you know, he's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And he's dating a Kardashian. And he's got music videos now. That's more than a coincidence.
It is. But why, for one, what? Why are you up a Kardashian's asshole? They suck.
Yes.
They're money suckers.
Okay, but...
They're savages.
Yes, but do they not get TMZ coverage?
Yeah, but who gives a shit? I don't care.
I don't
give a fuck.
They do because they want to be in that spotlight. They want to be one of these up and coming new people.
So since I'm a streamer, should I get into that to make me go bigger? No, I don't. I don't do it for that. I do it because I love to do it.
And that's the best because you have people who do it organically.
Yep.
And then you don't have to look over your shoulder
every 25 seconds to see if they're gonna motor you because they think that you'll lose.
So yeah, because if you play the game, we just said it. If just at work, let's say you go to work and they have these rules and regulations, and you do everything to the T, they don't have a reason to fire you. But let's say you could even be a good worker too. But let's say one of the rules and regulations is you can't eat food on the floor. And you go out there every day and you got a sandwich and a banana and orange juice on the floor every day. Then they have a reason to terminate you. So that's the same thing with these societies. Go ahead and say, okay, they might not kill you, but they might do something like Bill Cosby, ruin your career and put you in jail. Or make up a lie. Or ultimately take you out. So I agree with you. I wouldn't do that stuff.
I don't give a crap. Like, what does these Kardashians have that no other women have? Like they
must
all
got like a golden vagina.
Some that's what I'm about to say is like you know all these women out here like you got like what? It's like 7 billion people in the world. It's like 4 billion of females that has the same exact part that you can.
Yeah.
If you want in a serious relationship and have been in a serious relationship, if you want to just have a hookup or get people, you can easily do that. Go on Tinder. That's what I'm saying. Is like, what's so gaga about these Kardashians? I think it's shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's a bunch of baloney.
Yeah, but that's I think that's the thing
maybe
too.
Maybe they taste good. maybe they taste good.
I don't know.
know.
Nothing tastes that good to lose your life over.
Basically, I agree.
But I think they do promise you like infamy, so you'll live forever.
Hell no, nobody lives forever.
But okay, of course we die, but your name's gonna live forever.
Who gives a shit?
They do. That's what I'm saying. They these people, that's all they care about. I've heard some. I mean, for example, you hear stories about bad parents who will let their kids almost starve, and then they're eating big ass meals and going out to dinner and buying fancy clothes, but their kids are wearing run-down shoes and run-down pants because they don't care about anything but themselves. It's no different from these celebrities. They could care less. They don't care what they're even rapping about half the time. Rapping, singing. Like, music nowadays is so terrible. And they're feeding you this crap, and they're getting paid big bucks off of it. I just had this conversation with somebody the other day. And she's a girl. And I asked a question. She was talking about some singer. And I said, doesn't he have a song where he calls women bitches? And when you're in the club or you're in the car, you're singing this and you're pretty much calling yourself a bitch. Now, would you let some dude random at Walmart come up and say, hey, bitch, what's going on? No, you're not going to do that.
Bend over, let me smack that ass.
Or whatever. Like that, yeah, but you hear it in a song and you, bitch. Okay. But I don't get it. I don't understand that. But see, I think these people, all they care about is partying, or I'm going to give you even one better. I think like they can come out with someone named, whatever, just some new artist, right? And they blow up. They might not have a lick of talent, but they're always on TV. They're on Jimmy Fallon. They've got 50 million views on YouTube, and you hear them all over the radio. They're going to build a fan base, and people are going to listen to them just because everybody else is listening to them. And they could sound like garbage. So
it's like this one song, like when my grandfather was still alive, like they was at Walmart shops that he had the window was like in the summertime. I wasn't with them. I was still up. This one we were still up north. They just came down to the house here for on the weekends. And they're up there, and all of a sudden he hears this car going by, and it's like this rapper just like, I put my dick in a pussy and I fucking heard, and I slapped and I'm choking this hoe, and he's like, what?
Yeah.
What? Who? What?
Why would you want to listen to that?
Why would you listen to that? That's like, for one, that's somebody else's daughter, for one. And two, would you want your daughter to listen to it? Would you want your kids to hear what you listen to?
Yeah. But I think it's the normalization now.
But would you want some dude do that to your daughter, though?
No, some of these people, they live, but yeah, I do. But we're not talking about decent people.
No, we don't.
And I think the people who listen to that, they might even indulge in that stuff. And I'll be real with you, there are some freaky girls out here. So, but that stuff is supposed to be done behind closed doors.
Exactly, but
you don't want to roll
Why would you record that shit? I know back in the day they didn't let you record that.
No, they didn't.
Garbage.
They didn't. But okay, we could touch on something. And now that you said that,
I see that your face just lit up.
So I don't know about other music, but I do know about hip hop music. So there was a point in time where hip hop music was, I would say, non-threatening. I mean, they really still talked about like the struggles of, living in poverty and, their plight. But
you ever talk about screwing somebody though, or stuff like that?
Okay, so I'm getting to that.
All right.
So Public Enemy, and I think Public Enemy is what started it. Public Enemy was a group that was really for black people because black people were going through some stuff, right? Still are, but their music was like empowering. Like even though there's a whole bunch of bad stuff going on, just fight through it. We're going to make it, which is cool. I mean, any race could do that, or any person. It doesn't have to be a race. Any person who comes out with a song where it makes you feel like I can fight another day, That's good music to me.
That should be inspiring.
Yes. NWA. Niggas with attitudes. Now, you should see his face. This group came out after Public Enemy, and guess where? California, the city of angels. Why? Where else but California, the city of angels?
Disclaimer.
Yeah,
I did not say this, but guys, California is not the city of angels; it's the city of hell.
Yeah,
let's just get that straight.
But that's what they say: city of angel, city of the fallen angel.
No,
the fallen angel is the devil.
Basically,
yeah. So city of the fallen angel.
You're right. That's kind of what that is. That state.
And I will say this: NWA, all of their music wasn't that raunchy and bad. They did have a few songs, but for the most part, they had this one skit. I don't even know how it made it on the record, where they raped a girl and threw her out of the car. And I heard this, I'm like, how did they come out with this?
Did they actually do that?
Yes, it was a skit where it was like two dudes in the car. I guess the guy was trying to come on to her, and she's like, stop, no. And he's like, shut up. And did whatever, and then threw her out of the car.
And like they really did that, or they just...
No, they just went into the studio and acted it out. But that's bad enough to put it on a record. Okay. And then a lot of other stuff I wasn't a big fan of. But the reason I brought that up is because it's well known that there was a secret meeting. Now, I've heard this from a long time ago, and funny enough, I just heard it maybe a couple months ago. There was a secret meeting. Now, people knew hip-hop music was going to take off, but now they want to use it as a tool to put out negative energy. So they had this meeting, and that's pretty much what they said is like, we're going to take this music and we're going to inject pretty much devil stuff into it. Like shooting other people, raping other people, materialism, money, just get a whole bunch of money, doing drugs. So all of this stuff is now what you hear in rap music. 90% of the music I hear, you either
somebody's dying.
Somebody's dying. You're sleeping with somebody else's girl.
You're raping somebody else.
You're doing drugs.
Yeah.
You're selling
dope.
Yeah, you've got all this money, and this is the thing that I don't understand either. They've gotten to a point where they can insult the listener. Now, what if you're listening to what if you're listening to some music and the rapper, singer, or whatever says, you ain't shit because you ain't got money? Why am I listening to this? I don't need somebody to tell me I'm not shit.
I don't listen to that. I don't listen to that shit.
I know, but some people do.
Why?
I don't.
Why?
I don't know.
All you listeners out there, why would you listen to shit like that? Somebody tells you that you ain't shit because you don't got money.
Right. Well, you need to get this. I'm wearing designer clothes. I'm pulling up in a Lamborghini, of course.
Shit.
But it's boasting.
Are you happy though?
Probably not.
No, these people with all this money, they ain't happy.
No.
Please listen. Joke's on you, stupid.
Okay.
Because I'm happy, you're not.
Okay, and I'm glad you said that because I've talked about this too. There's more to happiness than just
money.
So let's say that
I'm broke as shit and I'm happy.
Yeah, and this is not to say that you can't have an illness and not be happy, but we look at Steve Jobs. He had all the money in the world, but that can't save you from certain illnesses. So it's what you do, and I'm sure he gave back. So when you have money and you give back or you open up foundations and stuff like that, that's putting your money to a good use.
Exactly.
But if you listen, Floyd Mayweather, how many watches do you need? He opened up a briefcase and it was just full of like these diamond encrusted watches.
That's like probably what, like $500,000 or $1 million?
I don't know, man. It's up there. But see, then people say this, and
you can't take that stuff when you die.
You can't. But I'm gonna say this, and I feel comfortable saying it because myself and I know a lot of other people who came from nothing. Like you come from just struggling just to eat. So a lot of people think like, okay, I didn't have anything, so now that I've come into money, I want to have fun and splurge. I'll say this. You can probably do it the first couple years, but if you got money for 30 years and you're still doing the same shit, that's greed. That's not just, it's different. Like, let's say you go out and hit the jackpot for like $75,000. You might get yourself your own place or a nice car, but you're going to save some of it. You're not just going to blow the whole thing.
Some people would. They go through it like it's water.
Yeah.
You can't through water, it goes right through your hand. That's how some
Right.
people do.
But you've heard about some of these people who won these mega millions, and now they're broke again.
They put it because they wasted on dumb shit.
And I just heard, I forget what basketball star's wife is on the street begging for money. Well, she had a settlement with this basketball star and she got $8 million. And now you're on the street begging for money?
What did you do? Can I have some of that? I'll take $4 million off your hands. So where was it? Like, honestly, like, where's this money at? Because I will use $1 million to get the. I can't talk. I don't have $1 million worth of debt, but I have a good enough debt where I would take $1 million, pay everything off.
Yeah, pay everything
and say the other $3 million and just put it back.
I think that's the importance, and I'm glad the NBA is doing this with financial literacy, but that's the importance. Again, like you were stating, it's two ways you could handle a situation. Yes, I came from nothing, but then now I know the importance of $1. I know how important it is to have $1.
Just imagine okay. I don't know what that was.
It's all good.
That probably was Teletubby talk. I'm just trying to talk.
Okay.
But like I said, is with that scenario, if everybody came from poverty, don't forget.
Exactly.
So you don't get greedy because you know how it is when you was in the poop hole.
Yeah.
So it's like people like me, for example. Let's say because right now. Woo! Congratulations! I just got a Twitch affiliate, everybody. So now I'm a Twitch affiliate.
Okay.
So, but hey, I'll have to do it. Now I can make money off of there, which I don't care. I don't care. I don't ask people to subscribe or throw me biddies.
Yeah.
I don't do that. If I'm playing well and they want to sub and they want to throw biddies, that's up to them. I don't care. But I am not that person. But if someday, let's say, if I got partnered with Twitch, which is you go up a level. Because right now, affiliation, you get some traffic, but you're not a verified user, so you're not on your front page. But if you get verified, they put you on the front page where everybody can come see you. You can probably average around 1,000, 2,700 viewers. You can make a living of it. Don't have to worry about working a day in your life again. But at the same time, I'm not. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
I am not hunting for it. If I can get partnered, I'm gonna get partnered. Or like we talked about, organically.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best. And that's why people will stay with you.
Exactly.
And they see you don't sell out.
No.
So, but I do see people who are upset, like they're really upset because they knew an artist before he blew up. And then when he blew up, he changed. And they're like, well, I don't want to listen to his music anymore because it's not the same.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I was not trying to sound like a smart ass. Like, it's a big accomplishment to be a Twitch affiliate. I'm not basically like putting it so we're going to say, woo, was because the fact is that I'm in contact because I'm happy that I'm a Twitch affiliate. If that's all that happens, I don't care because you know what? I'm entertaining people because they keep coming back.
Yeah.
So, and they're loyal. And they like what I do. I'm not going to change it because maybe you don't like it, or maybe the guy down the street doesn't like it. That doesn't mean anything. I don't care. I do it because I love to do it, and people like it. Like you said, you don't sell out.
Yeah, you don't, because
people don't like you when you sell out.
They don't, but people sell out because they think that's going to give them the longevity.
It doesn't.
Like Terry Crews. I don't know what angle to take Terry Crews. Now, Terry Crews was in a situation where he had another man grab his family jewels. Okay. From that point, it's up to you how you want to handle it. Okay. Some people will knock him out. Some people, I don't know. With Terry Crews, he didn't do anything. He actually went to the court and gave a testimony about it. Now, a lot of people have their reservations about that. But one thing that really kind of bothers me is if you've been in a situation where you've been violated and then you see another person in a situation that's been violated and you try to throw more dirt on them, then that doesn't make sense. So it's almost like I get cut from the basketball team. Next year, you get cut from the basketball team. And I say, you got cut from the... I got cut. I can't say shit.
Why would you... That's just childish stuff.
Exactly.
Why would you say that?
Exactly. Not to say that he took it to that level, but there was a situation where... And I'm going to get to my point after saying this. There was a situation where someone went through some type of harassment and he didn't back him up. So, selling out. Terry Crews knows he's... First of all... I think the separation is, are you going to do something for your brand and your business, or are you going to do the right thing?
Right thing.
Okay, but
Always.
he didn't.
He did not.
Because he knows if he says something wrong, he's on America's Got Talent. I've seen him in more commercials than I've seen him in a long time. All that's going to get taken away from him. So he knows that. So he's not going to go out and say something that's going to jeopardize his business, his brand, his money. That's what selling out is. I'm going to compromise my integrity for what is you paying you a couple million a year.
Whoever grabbed his junk, either whoever said you don't say nothing, or whoever says, oh, maybe he liked it.
Okay, so a lot of people said that too. But then people are saying the person who grabbed his junk was like, he could give people like careers. He could make your career take off. That's what I think it was. He knows this person has influence and he has the power to make your career go up or down. I'm not going to say nothing. But he did go to the Supreme Court. I believe it was the Supreme Court, and he gave his case about being sexually assaulted. Now, if you look at Terry Crews could probably rip a human being in half with his bare hands. Like, this is a big, strong dude.
He is big, strong dude.
So that's what I don't understand. And I can understand if he didn't want to be violent with it. But if someone grabs your junk,
that is not somebody that you're married to in a relationship with, you know, why would you be okay with that? Would you be okay with that?
Hell no. Somebody grabbing my junk? Fuck no.
Exactly.
But that's what
we just had a conversation.
I understand that.
That's what I'm
come on.
I wouldn't either. I would if I'm not with the woman that I want to be with. I wouldn't. I don't care. Let's say some guy say, well, any random woman come up to me and start touching on my junk, I'll like it. Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman.
It doesn't matter. Like I don't care if you're straight, gay, bisexual, whatever. It doesn't matter. If again, you have every right to have your own privacy, your own bubble. You have every right to not be touched sexually. Yeah. If you don't want it.
Well, with this situation, I think, did we talk about this? It seems like we talked about this because it happened twice. In the same, like
to him.
Yes.
What?
And I was listening to it with somebody else. Apparently, there was eye contact made across the room. That's creepy enough. He came up, grabbed his stuff, and
again, this is Terry.
Yeah. So he did it once, and then I think while he was standing there, he did it again.
And Terry just sat there, was like,
But I can't. I wasn't there. We weren't there. We can't jump into the monetary cruise.
Anything,
but from the
money.
outside looking, yes, from the outside looking in, it seems like he didn't do anything because he knew if he said something or he put his hands on him, his career would be over.
I don't give a shit. I would have. What? He would have been flying across that room if that was me, especially if I was that strong.
Okay, but then you have a group of people who are now backing him. So you got this group of people who are saying he did the right thing. And yeah, it doesn't matter if he's a man. He came out about sexual assault. So you do have people like kind of galvanizing behind him.
But why did this guy go to jail for one, inappropriately touching him? Cruz could definitely file a sexual harassment charge.
I mean, why is Harvey Weinstein still out here after all the shit he did? And there's a few others who's done some sick stuff and they're still out and about, like Woody Allen. Like nothing ever happens to him. So that's what I'm saying. When you have that influence and your background too, and I'm not going to get into that because that's very touchy, but sometimes people's backgrounds protect them like a lot. Like they can just do shit and it's like you never hear about it ever again. It just goes away. But with Terry Crews, I honestly believe, I've seen it happen too many times. I think it's going to come back and hurt them. I think when they're going to get to a point where they say, we don't need you anymore. We talked about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. They can take you right off the spot and put somebody else in your place.
That's how much power these people have.
Yeah.
Because of the fact is they run California.
Yeah. And that's weird that all this stuff
doesn't. The governor does not.
But you know what? Now that you're saying this more and more, it makes sense. Like you don't hear about New York and California are like the two biggest places, like LA and New York
Boston
City.
Boston is all up there too.
But I'm talking about like just nationwide. Those are like the two biggest cities.
But everything is out of California.
Yes,
California.
that's my point.
California.
That's
California.
my point. You hear about all these weird stories. It's Hollywood's out there, Hollyweird. All that stuff is out there.
No,
yeah.
It's called Hollywood, like you just said,
Hollyweird.
because everything you name it happens.
Yeah.
Child sacrifice, kid sacrifice, blood sacrifice, human sacrifice, human eating
Sex
humans,
trafficking.
sex trafficking, humans eating humans.
Yeah. It's sick out there.
Everything you name it, it's happened. It happens, and it's like really like that's what I'm saying is when the end times happen. Where do you think the enemy is going to reveal itself at?
Yeah, over there.
California.
But see, okay, so to your point, all of those people who are over there, and I know a lot of people go out there. Yes.
The beast.
So when the time comes, they've already made their decision.
They already made their bed.
Yeah. So, but then you hear about people who they get to a certain age and you already signed your name on it's too late. You can't get it. Yeah, you're trying to get it back now. It's too late. You signed that over. They gave you your fame. They gave you your riches. You
sold your soul, basically. And you owed them.
Yeah. So now you're 50, 60 years old and you're looking back. It's like, oh, man, I got all these riches. And like, to your point, I've got all these riches. I've slept with all these people. I've got all these cars. I got businesses. But you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel and you know where it's leading to. It's too late.
It's not too late. God always forgives you, but the thing is, you can't get out of what you did on this earth.
That's what I'm talking about. So I do agree with you. If a person was in that situation and they had money,
I would never put myself in that situation.
Well, I didn't say me. I'm just saying if a person was in that situation, and you know that you did wrong, then put your money to good use. Put all that stuff that they gave you to good use, where it's not no
That's
longer
what counts.
Yeah,
I guarantee you that like I said, I believe in Jesus. You know what I'm saying? More likely we'll get forgiven because for one, you know what you did was wrong. You repented. You asked for forgiveness. You did what was right.
Okay. So let me say this because we don't have too much time left, but I do want to say this. So when they would talk about the end times and the mark of the beast, they say one way to get back into heaven is to have, the starve to death. We talked about this, the starve to death or get your head chopped off by the axe. So if you sold your soul to a company, a person, a whole entity like Hollywood, maybe that is one way to get back into heaven is like, all right, I have to die. I have to actually die to get out of this agreement. Because if I just keep living my life on earth and I die of natural causes and I never repent, by that time,
it's done. So you don't want to die. You don't want to die. Till you get your stuff together.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So let's say that I've come to a point. I know I've done bad. Now I'm doing good deeds, and I know to kind of seal the deal from these good deeds, I just, you got to get your head. You have to lose your life. But that's just speculation. Who knows?
Only one that should be taking your life is God, to be honest with you. You don't take your own life at all.
No, you don't.
No.
But what I'm saying is sometimes they already know the outcome. If I've given my word to this society and I know if I speak out against it, I'm going to die. This just happened to somebody. He was coming out with a whole bunch of government secrets and he knew he was going to die. But he already kind of made his mind up.
He made his bed.
Yeah, he was like, I'm going to, give all this information out, and I know it might cost me my life, and it did. But the information's out now.
What's the information?
Well, with that, that's something we have to talk about on another show. That's long. But no, just the point just being like, you come to a point where you're like, okay, I'm going to do all these good deeds, and I know if I say this or do this, they might come and kill me. But
they will
or crush you,
depending on who you are, who they are that you're fooling with. That's why you never get in bed with people that you don't know and have the capability to do stuff to you more than just slap you on the wrist.
Yeah. But this has been episode 22.
It was a good, interesting one.
Yeah, very interesting episode. Very
interesting that how California, it's like the governor, nobody has no access to the California other than the mark of the beast.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. You have just this group of people who have all this influence and they can make a star, break a star.
Yep, and they got the cops, the
got law enforcement, everything
right around the fingertips, right around the thumb.
So they'll never get caught.
Nope.
But until episode
not here
20,
anyways, but yeah.
Yo, they'll get caught eventually, in the afterlife. But I am RM.
And I'm the one on all Erwin Swarm. I'm saying that Erwin Swarm, guys.
Swarm.
I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
All right, peace.